Let's start with like a little bit of a look back,
Okay.
because you've been now commissioner for about a year, right?
Yeah.
A little over. Biggest win of the last year in your mind, what would it be?
Probably going early on the TV negotiations.
Media rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was critically important. I was asked in my first media days what I think about the TV landscape and would I accelerate our negotiations, because we had 2 years before we effectively were at the table, and I felt it was like something we had to do. I think we had to solidify our future, create stability and clarity for the members and our conference, generally speaking. And when I look back on that, I think it served as a catalyst for everything we've done since. Because there's an opportunity cost to a prolonged negotiation.
Sure.
And the fact that we were able to get it done in 90 days, put it behind us and focus on all the other things, I think was a great boost to our future.
Well, and then from my seat, it's stability versus instability, because that's a hurdle. There's no other hurdle that you can even look at until that one is crossed, right? Because that sets you up for everything future looking.
That's 60% of our revenue. When you think about the conference landscape, specifically the Big 12, our media rights and our partnership with ESPN and Fox is 60% of our revenue. So knowing that we have that certainty for an additional 6 years was fantastic for us.
I'm interested to hear from your perspective, because we bring up those words, stability versus instability. Let's focus on that for a moment. How have you seen that stability manifest in your conversations in any number of different venues, right? Whether it's college football playoff conversations with other commissioners or even the college football playoff, whether it's your desire to expand and continue to talk to other schools around the country, whether it's your initiative to innovate, across broadcasts, whether it's football or basketball. You talked about Mexico, right? Like, there's a lot of things, but it seems like the stability that was brought into the equation via the media deal is really the instigation point for all of that.
100%. It is the true catalyst, and I think stability, or I know stability, gives you a seat at the table. Gives you that voice, that we certainly were looking for long term. And we've leveraged it. We've leveraged it to innovate, to create.
In what ways?
To disrupt. Well, I think it gave us the green light to really start thinking about the conference differently, to grow it, to diversify it, to think about an international strategy, to create new IP, and to think a little bit more into the future. And when it does come to expansion, and I've said it more than once, I love the makeup and the composition of our conference today, but if there's something that is additive, we certainly need to pursue it. And I think that TV deal gave us the right to do it. So it was a true catalyst. It was the instigator, if you will, for everything we're doing today and moving forward.
I'm fascinated when you do look into kind of the expansion crystal ball. What is it? Is it the partner? Is it the number that you want to get to? Combination of the two? Could put it into words for me about what makes the right fit.
It's a great question. I don't want to say it's complex, but it is complex. We have guiding principles for expansion. Leadership is critically important. Cultural fit, geography, athletic performance, brand upside. There's lots of things that go into our decision making. And when I first took the job, and I have said it quite a few times since, I truly want to be a national conference. I want to be in 4 different time zones. I want fans from coast to coast. But again, it needs to fit within those parameters. Basketball is an important part of it too.